Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It On. So we're gonna go back and rest. Because we're in pretty rough shape after that fight with Playful Darkness. Also, I did slot my new spells off camera. I like to have those up for the potential boss fight that we are about to enter.
Open to ideas.
Before I forget, let me remove all these spells off my taskbar.
Not your eyes.
Are we in trouble yet?
Allow me.
Whoops. I want to keep that. There we go. Alright. Since we're about to rest up anyway, I'm just going to pop haste. I have no idea if there's enemies in here or not. Can't believe I just missed a door.
I will resist.
This will leave a bruise.
I sense something. I'm glad I was useful to you. I finished here. Is there more?
Alright, Specimen 367, Finian Dismar, Test Report 3. Master, the third stage of the testing process is nearing completion. Specimen 367, Finian Dismar, turned into a crossbow in command, was using an ambush of a small group of crusaders. The specimen fine-tunes the wielder's aim. All shots are highly accurate. The plans for the next stage are to test the specimen in an open confrontation with the Crusader detachment as was intended. Additional notes. The specimen has practically stopped making unwanted noises. These are the last words that were heard from it. I need to head back to the Pathfinder Society with the full report. Where is the nearest lodge?
I know the way.
Can't help asking myself if I'm in the right place in this war. Perhaps I should have just stayed among those peaceful vineyards and smiling peasants. Am I truly needed here, or is my naivety merely a hindrance to others? Questions, questions. Well, I do need a cleric in my party, so... Are we still not affected by corruption? Alright, well, I'm gonna pop this anyway. I'll take one more look at the map, make sure I didn't miss any other potential doors. I mean, nothing obvious stands out to me. There could be something here. No, the stairwell, so probably not. Alright.
Time's not waiting.
I will help where I can.
The goddess protects us.
Travisi.
So I did swap out Social's Delay Poison Communal with Remove Curse and gave Sela that spell instead. You never know when you might need to remove
My
Curse.
will is resolute.
It's not often, but when you do need it, you really do need it. I also gave him 3 castings of spell resistance. You could make an argument that I don't need that, since Radiance gives adjacent allies spell resistance, but they have to be adjacent. And really, Social's the only companion that's adjacent to Sela most of the time. Typically my main character's in the back line, and then my back line is just not adjacent to my melee characters. So, still think it's good to have.
I will lend you my aid.
Anything new?
The world has
And also
suffered enough.
gave him Greater Angelic Aspect as well as Holy Aura, which is a fantastic
You
spell.
require my unbiased opinion? I'm ready to move out. Hmm? Oh, yes, what?
Shield.
She also unlocked level 8 spells, so she has Shadow Evocation Greater ×2.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
Then on Arushalai, we gave her Animal Growth. Well, no, she already had Animal Growth. No, gave her Greater Magic Fang for Bucephalus. I didn't go over all the spell changes that I made, but those are a handful of them. Alright, the altar is covered in the same symbols as the door in front of it, and has 3 slots marked with the symbols of the 3 demon lords, Discari, Baphomet, and Nocticula. Insert the key of Baphomet's servants. Key fits perfectly and starts to emit a disturbing glow. Insert the key of Discari's servants. Same description, and insert the key of Nocticula servants. When the last key is inserted, you hear a rumble. The door in front of you opens. The way to the heart of the Fane is clear.
I was never good at stealth, but I'll try.
And Durin's Bane awaits. Oh, sorry, Darrazand. Baylor Balrog. Tomato, tomato. You're blinded by a sudden flash. Feels like giants are hammering on your temples. A monstrous pain lashes your chest. Your wound is reopened at the worst possible moment and is gushing blood. You sense the malevolent proximity of the abyss. You can almost touch the threat emanating from it. Slowly, almost reluctantly, the wound closes, but the pain and your heightened awareness remain. The hall bears traces of the huge Baylor's anger. Some demons are lying on the floor, literally ground into a bloody mess, while the rest are cowering against the walls. The blood is not confined to the ground either, but is splashed across the face of the kneeling Monago. It's not clear if it came from the pentagram or the Lolito's forehead, or from a slash of the Baylor's claws.
Let me into the rift, Darrazand! We're all going to die here! Trying to fight back. It's madness!
No one goes into the rift. You will fight, all of you, or else.
Baylor unleashes a deafening roar, eyes on his huge head filled with true madness. If anyone to leave, let them go, demon, and fight me if you're so eager.
I told you, Darrazand. Now you're going to die, and they'll hang your horned skull on the walls of Dresden!
You and your little troop made a fool of me at the Battle of Dresden. Finally, I can make you pay. Finally.
The demon's red eyes are fixed on you.
They'll never see me coming. No mistakes.
We will win this war.
Alright, we can do a couple of things real fast.
Let me help. Focus on the goal.
You won't survive me.
Alright, not nearly as much damage as I was hoping for. It wasn't like last time.
No glory without risk!
Endure this!
In fact, I should probably keep going into the back. Well, we'll summon a Deva back there instead. The Axiomites as well. Let's see. Nenio can help with the trash mobs as well.
Mind over muscle.
And Arushalai, Corey Darrazand himself.
Prepare yourself.
Alright, not as smooth as I was hoping, but also we've got the rest of this.
Reason. This condition is irrational.
What is even attacking her? Oh, blade barrier. Get back. In fact, we should get everybody back. Just have our ranged characters take care of these guys. This blade barrier is a terrible, terrifying spell. My summons will take care of it from here. Hopefully. Amanago is kneeling, her hands clasped in front of her. Blood from the mark carved on her forehead drips down her eyeless face, but the demon doesn't seem to care. I'm so tired of you, Don Quixote. I can't do it anymore. I can't run or fight. Nothing. I've hunted the paladins of the good gods for centuries. You can make a burial mound out of the 10 heads of all the idiots I've killed or tricked. But you're nothing like them. You never do what others expect. You always appear when you're not supposed to be. Every stone wall has a weak spot, a place where if you strike it, the whole structure will come tumbling down. Staunton was that weak spot for the First Crusades. I struck it and won Dresden almost single-handedly. Your crusade is not a wall. It's a tangle of disconnected roots and branches. I don't know how to fight you. I can't even undermine the discipline of your followers, because I've never even heard of discipline. Let's talk. Even a demon deserves the chance to be heard. Anago licks her lips nervously, her fleshy tongue resembling a crimson slug. I can be useful to you. I'll tell you what I know. About anything you want. What's that mark on your face? Monaga's face twists in a grimace of horror and hatred. A brand. Baphomet's brand. And yours too. He branded me, my master. He branded me for my failure in Canabras. He took my powers, he made my face. The darn thing hurts all the time. He said the mark would stay with me, and I'd keep bleeding until I spilled the blood of the one who caused me to fail in Canabras. Monaga licks your lips and gives you a slanted grin. If only you take pity on a poor demon, let me bring your head to Lord Baphomet. The pain would finally stop. So you'll be in pain until you kill me. Yes. But how am I supposed to do that when the brand has taken away half my powers? I can't do what's being asked of me. I just can't. I'll never win back the favor of my lord and Hepsamira. Tell me where the rift leads. To the Nexus, a hub of portals in the Midnight Isles. It's the most convenient place for transferring cargo and troops. Despair seeps into Monaga's voice. What a tactful reminder that freedom is just a step away. What kind of freedom would it be? It won't rid me of Baphomet's brand. The Lolito quickly dashes away the blood from the mark on her forehead, leaving broad scarlet streaks on her smooth skin. Tell me about the demons who command you. I serve Lord Baphomet, the great deceiver, who outwitted the Prince of Darkness, Asmodeus himself. He is cruel, my lord. Cruel, imperious, cunning, and unstoppable. The Skari started the invasion of your world. Without the help of my master, he and his swarms of locusts would have done nothing on Golarion. The Skari's demons only know how to eat and kill. We, the servants of Baphomet, follow another path. The grimiest, most devious of all the paths that have ever been laid. I've been in one of Baphomet's finest servants for hundreds of years. Hepsamira herself, his favorite daughter and priestess, took me to her bosom. But see how my loyal service has ended. When no one else can see me, I howl from the pain of my mark. I'm forced to grovel before pathetic idiots and witless warhounds. And here I am, begging for mercy from a mortal. Again, I think the Azada path is the best one for potential redemption. Even for demons. So I'm going to choose this. I don't like it. I don't think she deserves redemption. Yeah, we'll do 5. Let Monago go. I'm letting you go, Monago, but I can't remove your chains. You have to understand. I'm not responsible for what happened to you. The demons you chose to serve are to blame. Stop obeying them and fight back. Monago tilts her head to the side. You're letting me go. Telling me to fight. Aren't you afraid I might return and stab you in the back again? Wait, what am I saying? You never seem to be afraid at all. The demon stands up and stumbles to the rift. But at the wall of purple flame, she turns around, like she's come to a decision. Something tells me you won't stop once you've raised the Fane. So here's my advice to you. If you decide to follow your enemies into the abyss, leave your scruples behind, and trust no one. Never lower your guard, especially in places that seem safe. If something looks like a tightly closed door, it's guaranteed to open and let out your worst nightmare. It's best if you set a trap at the threshold beforehand.
Rifts are usually chaotic and unstable. That's why I've been plagued by one question. How could demons have created a stable, permanent passage from the abyss here in the World Wound? And as I stare into the flames of the rift itself, the answer still eludes me. What is the secret to this canker festering at the very heart of our world? How can we heal it?
It would seem I missed out on all the fun. Or perhaps I should say, my loyal commander decided to launch a reckless attack without waiting for reinforcements or guidance from me. I felt compelled to abandon my troops and magically travel to Darrazand to reach you here.
Queen Galfrey's arching of a single brow speaks volumes.
My righteous sister and comrade, please, don't be too quick to judge. The commander's move might seem reckless, but it allowed us to catch the demons off guard.
What is this? My goddess's herald is in favor of foolhardy escapades? However, we shall let the matter rest for now. I was striving to catch up with you for a reason. My friends and comrades, the time has come for us to discuss something of the utmost importance. It is here, on the threshold of the Abyss, that I must announce an important decision before you all. But first, we shall talk about you, Commander. About how well you have discharged the duties I entrusted to you.
Queen lingers for a few moments, staring to the purple flames of the rift.
My righteous sister in faith, must these discussions take place now at such a moment? The enemy is watchful, and its forces are great. That is what we must turn our attention to, not scrutinizing our fellow Crusaders.
In the 100 years that this war has lasted, not a day has gone by when I haven't thought about how we can win it. That is precisely why we cannot delay the conversation any longer.
The Queen says harshly, "Is this really the best time to discuss my actions?"
I'm afraid so. I cannot delay this. As the Queen, I have no complaints about how you are waging the war against the demons. However, as your friend, I must confess that your mythic powers are too unstable. I cannot fully trust them. I fear they will stand in the way of our friendship.
Galfrey sighs, and she hesitates.
A commander's absolute priority is leading the Crusader armies, and I cannot help but notice that you have handled this part of your responsibilities well. I cannot but notice your strange choice of companions. The good gods teach us to seek the light even in the darkest soul, and to believe in redemption. But it is one thing to believe in the good intentions of a murderous succubus, and, for example, send her to a temple of Desna to be cared for by experienced priests. But it is another matter entirely to take the demon with you to the front lines, where one well-timed stab in the back could put a tragic end to our entire Crusader cause. It is unthinkably reckless.
With all due respect, my lady, Arushale has proven herself to be a faithful and reliable comrade. She has fought bravely for us, and we both want to see the demons defeated. Is there any reason to reproach the commander for accepting her into our party?
You can find reasons aplenty in any Mendevian cemetery, Sealer. Each one is full of the graves of those who were deceived by demons.
Let me remind you that you're the one who assigned Nora Dendawar to my entourage, who turned out to be a Baphomet cultist. So which of us is incapable of choosing worthy companions?
A fair reproach. Let's hope Arushale will stand head and shoulders above Nora.
Well, I don't think she has a choice. Nora was a gnome.
Have I already mentioned how disappointed I was by your reckless desire to storm the Fane without waiting for me and reinforcements from Nerosian? I shall remind you again. A person must be judged by their actions.
We had the momentum. I waited for you. They'd have a month to prepare for our attack on the Midnight Fane.
I watched you spare the life of a demon. And not any demon, but Minago, our old and dangerous enemy, who is responsible for the deaths of hundreds of Crusaders.
That's fair. I didn't like it, but it seemed like the Azada thing to do.
I also wish to mention what you did with Iomede's banner, the Sword of Valor. This sacred relic, handed to you to defend the city against the demons, has become a reflection of you. I do not know how you managed to distort its features, but I cannot overlook it. I only pray that Iomede will forgive us all for this most improper treatment of her relic.
The Queen cringes as if from a toothache. The Hand of the Inheritor's cool with it, and he's, like second to Iomede, so get over it.
That is all I wish to say. And now, to summarize. You can think my assessment is empty fault-finding, but I am responsible for the entire crusade, for Mendev, and for the future of those who have encountered or will encounter the evil of the World Wound. I do not have the luxury of making a single mistake.
You hear the ring of steel in the Queen's voice.
That is why I am forced to remove you from the command of the Fifth Crusade.
And this is how you thank me for everything I've done. Throughout the Queen's entire speech, Darren is silent, but his silence is more expressive than an entire crowd yelling profanities. See, Darren's got my back.
This is why I always take payment up front. The customers become very shifty when everything is done.
Grinning, Raymore nods.
I deeply respect the desire to bring discipline to the Crusades, but not all the accusations you leveled at the commander are guided by that desire.
He's got such a good voice actor. I forgot what he sounded like. It's been so long since we've heard it.
My righteous sister, you are entitled to make such a decision, but please reconsider whether this is the right one. He is not just the Crusade commander. He is our hope. Our only hope.
Our only hope is he? I see you do not value me or the other heroes of the Crusade very highly, my righteous brother and comrade.
Oh, I think she might be a little jealous. Not the benevolent ruler she wants everyone to believe she is. The Queen's eyes flash.
But let me continue. Do not take your demotion as a punishment. I have in many respects been forced to take this step. As we all know, the demons have created a new weapon, Nihindrian crystals, which provide them with truly mythical powers. We managed to remove the threat temporarily, but not eliminate its source.
The Queen takes a deep breath, briefly closing her eyes in wariness.
Nihindrian crystals were brought here to Galarian through this rift. I shall do everything to ensure this route is blocked from now on. I shall destroy all the paths from the Midnight Fane to Darrazand, blocking the passages with rocks if I have to, so that demons passing through this indestructible rift cannot descend upon the city. This is a forced measure. I am doing this for the safety of Darrazand.
And she's gonna force me into the rift. And this is the narrative reason that I can't come back through it.
But this won't solve the problem. We must track the demon's path and settle this issue once and for all. And that means venturing into the abyss. No one but you, with your unique power, can handle this task. That is why I shall take over the command of the Crusader armies, and you will journey forth on this great mission.
I'm feeling a little spiteful, so what if I refuse to go to the abyss?
It will mean that one day the Abyss will come for you. I might disagree with my righteous sister-in-arms at times, but there is one thing she is indisputably right about. Evil must be killed at the root. The Nihindrian crystals are too great a threat, and we may never get another chance of reaching their source.
Hand of the Inheritor answers before the Queen can.
Correct. I imagine I'll be up to the task of leading the Crusaders. 100-odd years of experience must count for something, but your mission in the Abyss is critical.
If you destroy the Fane and its exit, how will I return to Galarian?
Don't worry about that. I will go with you, and I know the secrets of traveling between planes. I have also been to the Abyss before, and I have fought the beasts that dwell there. My sword and my experience will help you on this mission.
Well, heck yeah. Hey, we still need to read this. If I remember, I'll do that at the beginning of the next episode. In the Lexicon of Paradox, Rila Vorlesh's book, it says that there are 5 such rifts within the borders of the World Wound. So blocking the exits from the Fane will only deprive the demons of one of their 5 routes here.
Wait a moment. And where is this Lexicon of Paradox now? I would also like to take a look at it.
The Queen narrows her eyes, focusing her full attention on you. I have no idea where it is, to be honest. Probably still gathering dust in her laboratory.
A pity. We could have learned so much from that book.
Galfrey rolls her eyes, but the break in her poise is only fleeting. Well, her laboratory's on the map, so go check it out yourself. Well, true. Until the problem of the Nihindrian crystals is solved, we won't be able to win. I'm going to the Abyss.
We will go to the Abyss side by side, champion, and Darrazand will greet us with jubilation on the day of our return.
Wish me luck as well. Until next we meet.
I wish you luck? Screw you. The Queen's eyes dart away and her knuckles turn white as she grips her hilt. The mean, some of her reasonings made sense, but not all of them. And then some of her other responses made it seem like it was a pretty petty decision. Oh, my David went down. Well, cool. If your David dies, you get their loot. Crusader died to the blade barrier. Gold coin with Baphomet's mark, rupturing storm, and menace of death. So a gold coin that used to belong to the Baylor Darrazand. The mark of the demon lord Baphomet is etched onto the coin's face. Menace of death. Whenever someone dies within a 10-foot radius from the wearer of this amulet of natural armor +3, the wearer gets the effect of the haste spell for 2 to 3 rounds. This effect is renewed each time someone dies. After this effect wears off, the wearer cannot make any weapon or unarmed attacks for 1 to 3 rounds. I guess it's a cool bonus effect because it's also the amulet of natural armor +3. I guess we'll give that to her. I wouldn't wear this to optimize, but since it's a decent replacement for an amulet of natural armor +3, because it has that extra effect, but I don't plan on playing around that extra effect, because it means you have to let someone die. Now, it just says when someone dies. Somebody doesn't have to be an ally, it could be anybody. That's actually better than I thought it was. Alright, Rupturing Storm. This +4 scimitar deals additional 3 to 6 fire damage. On a critical hit, it creates fire sparks that stick to allies' weapons, granting them flaming enchantment for 1 to 3 rounds, as well as granting the wielder and allies fire resistance 20 for the same duration. That's really good. Since scimitars have a better crit chance, it's even better.
Should be.
Alright, I'm going to call the episode here, and the next one we will enter the Nexus and begin our assault on the Abyss. But for now, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.